Bradford back in it. Takes a stab and off the glass. 48-31 now. Burney. Crossover with the left hand, and they're going to say he traveled. Again, we apologize for any interruption to your broadcast there. Oh, that's a good score right there. Bradford finding a way under the pressure there. Coming up with the waning seconds of the half. Diego Rivera now. Under 10 to play. Brown circles around, loses the handle on it, then recovers it. Can't get the shot. Frisbee tries to get a rebound. Bradford will have the last possession, and they can't get the shot off. At the half, 48-33, Fleming Island with a 15-point lead over the Bradford Tornadoes. When we come back, we'll catch this third quarter of action. You've been watching Hoops on SSB. It's halftime here at the Nest. We'll be back after this.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Fleming Island dance team here at the half. 48-33 our score. Welcome you back to Hoops on SSB, brought to you in part by First Baptist Church of Orange Park.
All right, good job, girls.
Also
Thank
brought to you by W Energy. Be better with W Energy.
Three-point shootout.
So now they're going to have a
two contestants.
three-point shootout here.
First Hagen, they're each going to have 30 seconds to hit as many threes as they can.
And we should have a halftime guest here in just a moment.
$30 seconds. All right, Jack versus Hagen. You can shoot your three wherever you want behind the arc. All right, 3, 2, times as we can hit the rim.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting a whole lot of 3-pointers here.
I think we're 1-1.
Up.
And time.
Oh, count it.
We got 3 down here. Congratulations.
Give away a little gift card action there.
All right, good job. Our next up, we got Poe versus Parker.
So the bonus
3, 2,
is
1.
Garrett's going to come down from the camera, and Courtney is going to shoot on the other side. And I'm going to sit and commentate.
Fumbles the pass. Parker hits one.
Yeah, Courtney didn't hear me. I said for the next round, Garrett's going to come down from the camera, and Courtney will go to the other side, and I'll commentate this. And then Aaron will sit at home and laugh at it.
Air ball down here. Rim miss.
Hold on a second. Nobody can hear you.
1-1.
How about now?
Check 1. Yep, there we go. How convenient. The commentator took himself out of
Congratulations
it.
this time to Parker.
You can take the third
You
round.
see how tall I am, right?
See, I wasn't going to go there.
How much arthritis I've got in these knees. Are you kidding me?
I was going to go there, Mr. Flag Football.
Yeah, that's right.
Last but not
Listen,
least.
I ran my butt off in the cold on Monday night. Let me tell you how the Duval Dirtbags are treating me over there at Jack Spray. We're 1-1-1 in this season. It's only a 4-game stretch this go around, and I ended up having to play a rusher, which I normally don't. I play on offense usually, and I'm only running like 5-yard curls or whatever. I'm not running anything hard. And they had me rushing this quarterback who I knew was going to outrun me. And I found him in a spot where I just kind of snuck around, ran around the outside. I had those friends of ours and teammates on the sidelines yelling for me because I must have found a fifth gear somewhere. I don't think they'd ever seen a 275-pound man run that quickly.
Well, based on that description, we're going to get you on camera. We have to get you on camera.
Yeah, at some point.
That would be something for Aaron to laugh at.
I can still catch. I can't run very far, very fast, but I can still catch. Let's celebrate all of our basketball this season. You know, I was, just while I got Courtney on the mic, we'll talk a little bit about what we've done. 7 games into the basketball season, and this is kind of I don't want to say it's a toot of the horn here, chest thump, but we have covered or touched base with at least 10 different schools.
We have, yeah.
Already.
It's been a crazy season so far.
Yeah,
and,
and only in 7 games
just
already.
7 games, yep.
Yeah,
Yep. And we're doing Bradford for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's the first time in Bradford. They're very excited about that, and I think we're going to have another guest join us. So we're going to hand the mic off to Pastor David Tarkington, who's going to who's going to give us a message here this afternoon.
Yeah. Don't give a microphone to a pastor. You never know how long you're going to have him on there.
Yeah, I should know that. Anyway, but David, you're a busy guy over here at Fleming Island. You serve as the character coach for the football team, who get a fairly deep run to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, had a great year. Great year.
Yep, Sebastian Broughton officially signed with Akron this week. So, and A.J. Witt officially signed with West Point.
That's right.
So a couple of guys moving on to play some big football. And also out here, basketball duties, running scoreboard clock, and Battle on the Island tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, so even busier about that. So what, other than that and ministering to your flock, what don't you do?
That's all I do. I have 2 homes. One is at the church office, and the other is in the gymnasium here at Fleming Island. My wife does the scorebook for us, and so I tried to convince her that this is date night. She's not bought into that yet, but
I don't think so.
So far, so good.
It's probably not going to work out.
It is.
For
I
you.
keep telling her that, but
no.
We've been sitting here at this bench. Gosh, see, both of our kids went to Fleming Island, but it was. I'm going to lose the dates. It's been about 15 years we've been doing this, and just it's the best seat in the house. Love basketball. Love hanging out with the athletes and the coaches, and just getting a chance to chat with them and just be around basketball. I'm a big basketball fan anyway, so I've always loved that.
Absolutely. So First Baptist Church, you guys are very much active in the community in events like this. What are some other things that the church does for Orange Park and the surrounding areas?
Well, we try to be active. Like, for instance, next Monday, we host Lakeside Junior High's band concert. We have a facility that allows that to happen. We host Clay County Community Band. We have hosted Ridgeview High School Band and Chorus Concert. We partnered with the Jacksonville Athletic Academy, Nolan Carroll's post-grad school and football team. We hosted their graduation, and they meet at our church for their classes. So
just had their first graduating class, actually, yeah.
They did, yeah. And so just trying to be involved, be available. We've been in the community for over 100 years, and the community's changing dramatically, has been for years, and we just want to make sure we're present and that we're available, and when needs come up that we're there to help as best we can.
Yeah, so for anybody who hasn't seen your advertisement yet, we play that and get the address. Tell everybody where you're located here in Orange Park.
We're right on Kingsley Avenue, 1140 Kingsley Avenue, so just almost halfway between Blanding Boulevard and Highway 17, so right there.
If you drive to the Dairy Queen, you missed it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Pretty sure, David. Thank you for doing that for us. Getting ready to start the third quarter of action here. David Tarkington, the senior pastor at First Baptist Church of Orange Park and a proud supporter of SSB. We appreciate his time. Getting ready to go on to that 15-point game right now between Fleming Island and Bradford. 48-33 our score. Tornadoes look like they're shaking off the rust. Pretty fast game, back and forth. And this is the part where I miss my buddy David Wells, because every time we've been out to a game on the football side of things over at the Rock, you know, there's a taste of the town going on, the waft of concessions being grilled, but basketball is not the case. Don't really always get that. I'm about to sneeze. Hang on. Boy, I'm quick on the trigger finger. Thank goodness I got it. Woo! I'm telling you what, this cold weather has been wreaking havoc on my sinuses. They sound increasingly nasal here. Want to remind you folks, this will close out our coverage for the week here, but next week we'll be right back at it. Our next scheduled game is the 12th. We'll be back at the Palace at Oakleaf for a huge game between St. Augustine and Oakleaf. And after that, the following week, we'll make our first trip to Spartan Country to visit the St. John's Country Day Spartans as they host Beachside. Third quarter of action getting ready to start. Fleming Island will start with a basketball. Bryce Robinson will bring it in. He kicks it over to Baskin. Crawford looking for a hole. Kicks it out. Driving to some traffic. Doesn't like what he saw. Shot. Good. Nate Lowry drains that from downtown. Draws the contact. Can't get the shot. That's the foul called on Nate Lowry. That's his second. First team foul. To the line is Breon Johnson, who's had some success from the charity stripe. Not that time. I've jinxed them twice. Just shoot it. Take it anyway. So, lane violation took place, but he made the shot anyway. I guess the refs just said, well, he made it. Would have gotten another one as it was. Baskin, long three, just in and out. Taylor now. Kicks it down, loses the handle. They're going to get the foul. It's Baskin's third team foul. Third personal, second team foul. Jordan Case into the line, he'll shoot two. A little strong. Sets up for the second. Short. Rebound Fleming Island. Lost the handle and then recovers it. Tried that behind the back dribble. Crawford will take the strong left hand. Boy, he's working that hard. Quick pass off. Kubaris goes into traffic and falls back. Tries to take it off his left hand. And they'll turn the ball over to Fleming Island. 53-34 our score here, 6:40 to go in the third quarter. Fleming Island has led this entire game. Robinson, head fake, crossover. What a move. Can't get the roll, though. Bradford in a 2-on-3. Kisses it back in. Tornadoes get back on the board. Baskin in traffic. And might have drawn contact, he did. Call the foul on Malachi Cabarrus. That's his second first-team foul. So he was fouled in the act of shooting, so Cameron Baskin will go to the free throw line. And it's good. Baskin, another lefty. Makes both of those. Bradford moving quickly. Fleming Island looks like they've backed off much of that full court press, kind of playing a zone full court pressure. Lost it. Stays in the backcourt, running out of time. Rose downtown. That's going to hit to the baseline, and Fleming Island will turn it over. Robinson dribbles over to the right side, kicks it out to Lowry. He'll take a three from up top. No, sir. Crawford looks like he backed off of that rebound for a second. Didn't want to draw a foul. Gets it up the reverse, off the glass. 55-38 now. Fleming Island speedily gets down court. Robinson hangs onto the right side. Dishes off to Greenidge. Lowry. Stepped on the baseline, or sideline there, while taking the three. Jaquez Kaysen will come in. Breon Johnson takes a seat. That's the second or third, I think, I've seen play where Fleming Island has been on a sideline and stepped out when they had an open shot or a quick pass. Bradford coach being instructed to go back to his seat. Can't have a conversation with a player like that near the sidelines. And Fleming Island, good defensive play. Greenidge tries to tap it back in, bounces it off the line. Cabarrus into three people. Passes it down low. Turns it over. Robinson comes around behind his back, takes it to the hole. No good. Greenidge holds in the rebound, loses the handle. Kaysen gets it down court to Haywood. Haywood scores. Quick bucket, cuts the deficit back down to 15. Good stab. Cabarrus almost got that. Crawford switches hands, bounces it off his foot, loses the handle. Cabarrus will take it himself, and Crawford makes up for that mistake. Baskin will bounce it off, and again, that's another turnover by Fleming Island, where they have mishandled the ball on the sidelines. Timeout Fleming Island, 30 seconds. Comes at 4:32 to go in the third quarter. I'd like to remind you while you're watching us on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, would you? That helps out with all of those fun things like algorithms and all the social media stuff. But if you like what you're seeing here, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. That will let you know when we are live next. Again, our next game will be a week from today at the Palace at Oakleaf for St. Augustine and the Knights. To remind you, you can also hit our social media up. We appreciate you getting us over the 500 follower threshold on Instagram. Next stop, 1,000. Find us on Instagram at ssb.jax. Cabarrus. What a move. Literally juked him out of his shoe. And a three ball. Malachi Cabarrus just made the highlight reel. I have never seen that in high school ball where a kid comes clear out of his shoes. Holy cow. The deficit is 12. Schultz back in the game to Crawford. Crawford trying to run around a screen. Goes for the dunk, and it bounces out. Bradford in transition, 2-on-3. Pass off, didn't pay attention to where the ball was headed. Bounces out, Bradford turnover back to Fleming Island. Some fireworks happening in the game here. We've had shoes falling all over the place. We've had missed dunks. Diego Rivera checks back in. Courtney can't stand it. He's got to get on the mic again.
Yep. Exciting game. I'm loving what I'm seeing.
I have never seen a kid come flying out of his shoe before.
And then Crawford tried the revenge move with a dunk.
Oh yeah.
And missed it.
The salt on top of the wound there. And nope, didn't go. Crawford there. Nice pass, good move, and that's what Crawford does best.
Yeah, he'll punish if you give him a chance.
Kobaris had that ugly move earlier. They're going to call Schultz for the foul. That's his second. Third team foul.
Well, you got to like Cabarrus as a ball handler. Really drives this Bradford team.
Absolutely. No, he's doing the work. He just really hasn't found much of a groove, and Fleming Island's keying on it too.
Well, as I said earlier, it's the first game, so there's rhythm, form, momentum that they wouldn't have at this stage.
Crawford draws a foul. Call a foul on Jordan Kaysen. That's his third. Second team foul for the Tornadoes. Isaiah Robinson back on the court now. He gives to Rivera. Good steal. Cabarrus. And he's going to double dribble it. I mean, Malachi Cabarrus has done everything. He's been most of the work, and he's shrugging his shoulders like, what did I do? Of course, they all do that.
But you saw that the Bradford coach was about to say something. And
yeah,
he's like,
he had to, he had to keep tight lips on it because he started the game with a technical. one more, and he'll end up in the car on the way out. Got to be careful with that.
And we don't want that because he's supposed to speak to us at the end of the game.
Yeah, we kind of need him after the game's over. Rivera switches hands, gets back over to Schultz. Good rotation around Frisbee. Frisbee takes it to the lane, gets the bucket and the foul.
Beautiful move, beautiful move.
Luke, Frisbee, I see you, sir. Oh no, they're going to call it offensive. Oh wow, I thought that was a body block there, but no, they're going to call Frisbee for the charge.
Well, it actually looked good.
Hayward all the way down to Kaysen, who bounces it off the glass.
Easy does it.
Cuts the deficit to 12 now. Tornadoes trying to find a way back in. They have narrowed the gap somewhat. Diego Rivera now on the outside. Looks like Bryce Robinson's going to check in. Trying to get a screen around Crawford. Crawford on the outside. Thought about a three. Can't do it. Isaiah Robinson now on that right side. Gives it to Crawford. He puts it on the ground. And we're going to get a stoppage right here, and they're going to call. Cabarrus has played his butt off, and he's probably out of gas.
Which would be no surprise. I mean, he's really worked this game.
That's his third personal foul, though.
He actually carries this Bradford team on his shoulders.
He might be cramping up here because
Yep.
Yeah, looks like he's favoring that left leg. Yeah, he's visibly in pain, so.
Might have to taken a tumble there.
Yeah, definitely. He might need to get him some electrolytes in. Yeah, he has played with some gusto tonight. He's fastest guy on the Bradford side. Fleming Island back in business here, and Crawford will bounce that off. And Bradford's going to get a timeout call here. They'll call a 30. They've cut the deficit to 12 here.
Well, they've definitely made a game of this one. You know,
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
the beginning,
started out it wasn't going to be.
exactly. You know, it didn't look like it was going to be like this, but they've really put the brakes on Fleming Island at points in the game. But like you said, momentum and form is on Fleming Island's side, and they've used it to their advantage.
Yeah,
Plus
absolutely.
home court, of course.
Absolutely. Well, and these guys are 5 games in, so they're playing with at least a more seasoned advantage. They've, had a chance to get in 5 games and have gelled. Of course, the last time we saw this Fleming Island team, they played a pretty pesky Orange Park squad that wouldn't go away.
I was about to mention that. We had that game live on our on broadcast, and yeah, Orange Park really did give them a run, but they stood up to the pressure, and they came up with a dub.
Fleming Island has had the better of Orange Park in the last couple of games. In fact, Coach Derek Kaniski said it's been 10 years separated from losing at home games like that by close margins and having a dunk of that variety. And if you know what we're talking about, go watch the broadcast, coast to coast. Bradford gets it in there. Jordan Kaysen scores, and now we have a stoppage. Call a foul on Stephen Carter. Looks like that's his first. Both teams, no more fouls to give here. Their next one will send it into the bonus.
So Kabara seems to have walked off whatever it is, or he's trying to at least.
Down low. Can't fight for it. Bounces back and forth, and Isaiah Robinson now cleans it up. Long pass, little contact. Carter tries to save it. Gets it back to a Fleming Island defender waiting for it. They'll go across. Crawford will come down low. Little baby hook, and that's another one.
Can't give him that. You can't give him that.
Not all night. Fleming Island trying to stay with the full court pressure. Haywood now dribbles behind the back. Found Carson Crawford in front of him. Then he dribbles around him, and Kosemi just jumps right in the lane, and you can't. Oh no, we got another steal almost. It's getting hard to keep up with here. Oh no, open lane. And they're going to call the charge. Robinson will commit the offensive foul. That's his second.
And the pace definitely has picked up as we close out the third quarter here.
Offensive foul, no team foul. Score one for Mrs. Tark, holding the scorekeeper in line up there.
You mean date night?
Yeah, date night. Marlon Haywood trying to get around the pressure. Run into that double team at half court, and then Fleming Island backs off into 2-3 zone.
Another good ball handler for Bradford.
Yes, another one. He took 4 or 5 steps, and they didn't call it. I'm not sure what they saw that I didn't.
Well, Cabarrus was back on his feet just now trying to walk off whatever it is, but he is taking a seat on the bench, so.
Nah, he looks like he's definitely in some pain still.
Yeah.
So, and they probably need to rest him because this fourth quarter is going to be a marathon, not a sprint.
Indeed.
Under 30 to play here. Stewart trying to dribble out of a double team. Haywood thinking about it, and then he spins around himself, and they're going to call a traveling violation.
And the coach gets on his feet, but he stays silent.
$63-49, and he's been teed up, and that's going to do it. He's going to get sent off.
Uh-oh.
So 2 technicals, and he's got to go. And I cannot remember the ruling on that. There is a particular rule about technical fouls on the coaches here. So Bryce Robinson will shoot technicals. And misses that second one. 64-49 now. Actually, there is a certain rule about that, and I will have to look it up at this point. Greenidge buries a three. Stop right there, 4 seconds exactly, and we'll have a foul. Greenidge's third. Everybody's over the limit here in the last 4 seconds. Jordan Kaysen will shoot 2. Gets that first one. Tornadoes have broken 50. The lead stands at 17. Second shot is up, off the glass. Doesn't hurt taking it to the bank.
And like you said, in a breaking 50 in a game like this, it does show the resilience of this Bradford team.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. 67-51. We'll take a quick commercial break and have this final period of play. It's Hoops on SSB, and we'll be back right after this.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Back here at the Nest, Hoops on SSB, fourth quarter of action. Fleming Island will start out with the ball. BP now being joined by Courtney Wallace on the side here, giving me a breath.
And you need it. I mean, you've been going for how many games now?
7.
Wow.
By my lonesome. That's all right. I'm going to have Doug Dieters later on this season. Marlon Haywood, oh my goodness, good move. Can't finish it. Fleming Island now up 16.
So if you're the Fleming Island coach, do you go for the blowout here, or you just slow it down and pace yourself?
I think you pour it on at this point. You played a really good game. There's no sense in reinventing the wheel. You've done a good job like that.
Just allow the players to play.
Yeah, at this point, just let them go. Joey Johnson tried to get the shot off there. Carson Crawford will get a foul called. That is his first personal of the night. First team foul. Stolen. Crawford will take it himself. Redeems after the foul.
Can't do that. You can't do that. Well, guess who's back in the game?
Our boy. Whoops. Malachi Cabarrus coming in off of the cramp. Going to fight for the ball here. And they're going to say that he stepped on the sideline. And it's Bradford ball. You know, me sitting here holding my notebook, I've got the scoreboard going on. I should probably contract one of the girls' varsity players to come over and help me.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I'd offer them food, but I'm sure they've eaten by now. So. Cabarrus back at it. Oh, took a travel there. Thought about a 3, and the stutter step was too much.
Again, just some of the early season jitters and mistakes that you make when
Yeah.
you just don't have a rhythm.
No, and I see, you know, Bradford looks like they're playing at a somewhat frenetic pace. I mean, wide open 3, no good. Just a little strong. Power move off the backboard. Crawford finishes it off. I've lost count of how many points he's got tonight. Crawford is hurt now.
Yep. I think he came down a little heavy on the right leg
And
there.
he looks like he's got a Charlie horse.
Yep.
At the speed that they've been running, it doesn't surprise me that there's a little bit of that going on.
Lactic acid building up.
Oh, yes. Trainer's going to come over and help him out a bit. It's going to need a stretch. Haywood. Over to Stewart. Stewart, good ball fake. Good drive to the hole. Can't finish it, though. My goodness. That's going to be tipped. There's a race for the ball. Greenwich is going to win it. Good hustle. Good pass. Good shot.
Wow.
Good discipline by the Eagles on that one. That was a free ball, and they scored on it. Kobaris now passes out. Haywood. Haywood will take a three. He's in and out. Rebound, and that's going to go to Fleming Island.
You know, play like we just saw BP, the type of plays that knocks the wins out of teams.
Yeah, it's absolutely just takes the wind out of you.
Yep.
Fall apart at that point. But, you know, I will give Bradford quite a bit. I mean, yeah, this is their first game, so they still have a really long season ahead of them.
But they show good glimpses.
Yeah, and I like this Kobaris kid. I mean, he's really got some moves on him. He's very much the heart and soul. Here's a fast break, and they're going to take that to the hole. Can't finish it. Good rebound, though, but it goes right back to Baskin. A good hustle to get back down. Trace Burney clapping for the ball, and he's going to step out of the sidelines again. That's probably 4 now. Lowry is going to check in. Substitution for Bradford. Jonathan Andrews is going to check in. He'll spell Kaysen. Kobaris is back at work trying to get his team. I wouldn't let him take the pass. I'd let him receive it. Marlon Haywood drives down, kicks out, trying to find an open lane to drive through. Then Stewart comes in, strong three, no good. Bradford not boxing out. Baskin thought about it. Spins out, dribbles to the lane, loses the handle on it.
Uh-oh.
Kaysen.
Ooh.
Stewart now will bring it back in. Stewart thought about a three. Kicks it out. Kobaris head fake. Drives into traffic. Good move. Yeah, just can't get a roll. Kobaris will fight for it, and now he'll draw contact. Boy, Bradford is just having a time right now. They make a good move to the basket, and then they just can't finish it.
Just can't get it to fall.
And I've lost track if that is 3 or 4 for Lowry right now. It's 13 foul for Fleming Island. Kobaris adds 1.
Good to see him make that because he has struggled a bit at the line. Good with the hands, good with the feet, but the scoring has not been very kind to him.
No, and they have had some success at the free throw line tonight, but it's just the opportunities. Got another one. So he completes it there. Cuts the deficit to 20. Burney, the speedster. We're used to seeing that speed anyway.
Yards upon yards.
Alexander Brown now up top, trying to find him. Player in motion there. Kicks it Burney to the lane, too strong. Still in football mode apparently. Kobaris way out, and that's gonna end up in the crowd. Boy, that was a bullet.
And you know, for someone with such a small frame, he does pack some power.
He does, he's strong. Brown on the floor now, as is Lowry. We also have Cooper Moss on the floor. He's going to drive to the lane, find it off the glass. Nope, can't do it. Kobaris picks it up. Then lost the handle. Brown will get it. He tries to go off the glass, no good. Kicks it out. Haywood now trying to break through. They've got cut to the lane. Good pass. Schultz gets on Stewart. Stewart now finds it out top. Kobaris, that was not an advisable shot. Brown now.
Was it a shot though?
Off the glass. Burney finishes it off. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass at this point.
I think he's tired.
Hard to tell. Kaysen Comes around. Just can't get a roll. My goodness gracious, the Tornadoes are just having a time here. I mean, that is 4 or 5 really good looks that they've had, and gravity just not favoring them right now.
Neither gravity nor rhythm.
No. Cooper Moss. Over to Schultz. Schultz on the left hand, dishes to Lowry. Lowry takes a 3. That's going to be short. Brown will clean it up, and they'll count the bucket. It's Carter's second team foul, or second personal foul, first team foul.
You know, that three-point attempt I wasn't looking for, but I guess when you have such a sizable lead, you can do anything.
Yeah, I think the Coach Travis Chandler here is going to let them uncork a bit. Fleming Island's going to call timeout here. Talk things over in the last 3:48 of the ball game. Again, we appreciate you so much for joining us. Like we said, this is Game 7 of our coverage of hoops on SSB. We actually were only scheduled for 6 and got a bonus game in there at the Knights Giving Classic. Want to remind you, of course, next Thursday we are scheduled to be at Oakleaf for St. Augustine and Oakleaf over at the Palace. Week following we'll be at St. John's Country Day for the first time. They'll play Beachside. Those are the games that are scheduled at the moment. There is more that could happen. Check ssbjacks.com and go to our schedule page to confirm our next game. We also have coming up the Battle on the Island tournament, which we will have going for you the week before Christmas. That game, or those games are being solidified right now. Of course, the Fleming Island girls basketball team has sent out a search for one more team to play in that tournament on the girls' side. Kaysen, wide open, air ball, no good. Luis Rodriguez checks in for the first time this game. He goes to Bernie. Some of the younger players getting starters. Bernie, boy, he's not quite got the rust off yet. He's only played in one game. Carter chases that down, can't get it. Yeah, this is actually, according to what we have from Max Preps here, this is Trace Bernie's second game this season right now. He had a run in that regional semifinals for the Golden Eagles, who played a heck of a season.
So by now he should be used to the smaller surface.
Yes, just a little bit. That's blocked and out. Alexander Brown will turn the ball over back to Bradford.
Yeah, Bernie just got to check some of that explosive speed.
I mean, this kid is fast. We
is.
watched him in the last season or two in the basketball court. He can move. He's a junior.
He's got the afterburners for sure.
Haywood trying to get an open look. Here he comes. Bernie one-on-one with Carter. He's going to lay it up. Can't get it, but he draws contact. So Bernie will go to the line and see if the foul's on. Going to call that on Stephen Carter. That's his third, second team foul. And he got one. 79-53 right now. The lead is insurmountable for Bradford at this point. Fleming Island. Yep. Fleming Island has played a very dominant game. Second basket is good, makes it an even 80. This Fleming Island team averages about 64 points a game tonight, blowing the roof off of that average tonight.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
It's high-powered offense for high school ball, and tonight putting 80 on is a big deal. Marlon Haywood switches hands, passes out, open, got it, free ball.
He made that look so easy.
Good stroke by Jonathan Andrews on the outside wing.
And if they can do that more consistently, they could be a force to reckon with.
Rodriguez pulls up at the free throw line, gives it to Bernie. Bernie with the left hand, trying to find an outlet. He's in trouble. Ball was knocked away, so it's not going to count as a double dribble. Bernie will hold up here. We'll run some clock. Moss, back to Bernie. Go over to Moss in the lane, and he's going to draw contact and score the basket. Foul on Jaquez Case in his third. Cooper Moss with a power move to the hole, and he'll try to complete a three-point play
It's
here.
hard to compete with that kind of a fluidity.
Yes, that was a very strong move.
Yep.
And we're going to get a lane violation there, but we'll turn over to Bradford. No basket. Under 2 minutes to play here. Marlon Haywood, super downtown three. Can't get it off the glass. Moss brings it down, layup, good. Nicholas Diadana checks in, gets in the scorebook. Stay down with Bradford, 1:32 to go. Yeah, it's first points for Nicholas Diadana in this game. It's first minute or so in. Saw that on my delayed replay there. What a great layup. And we get a foul. A foul on Moss. That's his first. Fourth team foul. Send that all the way into the backcourt. Hayward will scan the field and slow up.
He also scanned the clock.
And Bradford just taking their time here. They are just going to let this run out again. No shot clock in high school basketball, so. But with a 28-point lead, I think the concession has been made.
Indeed.
Fleming Island with a super dominant performance tonight, 84 points. That's huge for them.
And still going.
I'll pull out my statistics thus far in just a second. Haywood tries to get a look. And stolen, but Moss wants more. Brown will get it in. No. Rolls it out. That'll stop the clock with 41.4 seconds here. Yeah, on the season, Fleming Island scores 64.3 a game. And they've blown that out tonight at 84. So big difference. Tornadoes will just run it out here, and that's going to pretty much do it. 84 to 56 is going to be your final score. The Tornadoes come over from Stark and get beaten up by a really good Fleming Island team who had an offensive explosion tonight. And the clock will strike 0. Final score, 84 is 56.
And another dominant display by this Golden Eagles team.
Fleming Island goes to 5-1 on the season. They're still undefeated in district play. It's a non-district matchup. Bradford in their first game go 0-1 to get things started. But I really like this Bradford team, though. I mean, I think they have a lot going for them. Again, first game, you're on the road. You're playing a really good opponent, honestly, in Fleming Island. And, I think you got something to take with you and run into it. I mean, Malachi Kobaris is a heck of a player.
He is.
And I also saw good things.
I like Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart. Yep. Stephen Carter
Haywood.
also. Yep, and Marlon Haywood. And those are we've got some seniors on the floor. There's some seniors. Stephen Carter's only a freshman, and he had a really good move earlier in the game, too. And I thought we were going to get the Bradford coach. He has danced off, I think. But he might be right there. We'll see if we can get him in a second. So we get a little bit of post-game here going on. I guess the first time we've seen Bradford in action. We appreciate them sharing on social media and letting everybody know that they could watch the game tonight. We get Coach Jackson to come over. Coach Jackson, tough loss tonight. But I tell you what, you've got something in Malachi Kabaris. I mean, he's a heck of a point guard and a really good runner. Got cramped up towards the end there, but take it for your first game. What do you got to look forward to this season?
To be honest, this is not who we are as a team. We just.
Sorry, got to get everybody on camera. We can't.
Oh, okay. This camera right here?
Yeah, straight back. Yeah.
I got you.
Sorry, improv.
I got you. This game right here isn't who we are as a team. I mean, we just played a great team that's like 5-1 with a great head coach, great system, great all that with 3 days of practice. So, like, we literally just got our 14 because they went deep in football. So we took all Thanksgiving break off. So this is like 3 days of practice of us. As y'all see, we have athletes and we can do it. It just takes time. And once this team gel, I promise people will hear and start believing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you had Bradford had that really deep run. Of course, it's very common in high school to have a lot of those guys come over from the football season. A heck of a season by the Tornadoes in football. But now it's time to get on the hardwood. You got your first game in the books, and lots of players are there. I really like Stephen Carter as a freshman. I mean, he really did some good things tonight. You do have athletes all over the court. So, and looking back from this tonight, what could you take away, even though you had such a short, practice schedule and got in on a short notice, a short week. What are some other things you could take away from your team on top of, the performance tonight? Because you're pretty clean, defensively, and a lot of turnovers, a lot of fast break, but, just had a couple that didn't roll well.
Yeah, yes, sir. Like I say, it's just time. Playing a team this good that, they got players that play AAU together. They got players that known each other since they was in 4th, 5th grade. Like, it's going to look like this when you don't have experience or you don't have time. So, like I say, give us, I'm telling you, 4 or 5 more days of practice, and this team is going to be very good. We lost by, 28?
Yeah.
I can promise you, and you can put this on record, we will never lose a game by more than 10 points for the rest of the season. I can promise you that, because that's what type of heart these guys got. And also, if you really look at the record, the score doesn't tell the game. The score doesn't tell the game. We gave up a lot of points that we shouldn't have gave up, but we got film, we go back, we look, we learn, and then we move forward. I mean, like I say, this is a very great program, very great coach, very great everything. So I'm not mad at my guys, man. We just got to take our time, get better in practice, and it'll get there.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the game, they teed you up. Like, what was the conversation about?
They didn't tee me up. They teed my assistant up. He said he called a foul. First, he told me my player swiped with 2 hands at the ball. Then he told me my player was holding the other player by the waist. So if I'm holding you by the waist, sir, Mr. Paul, I can't swipe with 2 hands if I'm holding you by the waist.
No, absolutely not.
And my assistant asked me what happened, and I told him, and my assistant said a word he shouldn't have said.
Oh, yeah.
And the referee heard it and teed me up. But then we turn around, and the player calls me a word that I can't say on the microphone.
FCC.
And he gets a warning. So, I mean, that's what all will come with the game. We're all emotional, but, we got to do better. That's on us.
Well, just go back to work and get back to discipline.
Yes,
we really appreciate Bradford basketball. Found us on social media, sharing it. It was a great opportunity to get you guys on camera tonight. We don't get out there to Stark very much, so appreciate y'all coming out this way for us, and maybe we'll catch you guys a little bit later on the season, maybe some postseason play, who knows.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Thank you for being on the mic with us, Coach Jackson.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we're going to leave it right there. So final in Fleming Island. We're gonna take that to the bank. Next week, we'll see you at the Palace, maybe a little more. Some other surprises may happen next week. But St. Augustine and Oakleaf definitely on Thursday, December 12th. This is BP alongside the crew. Courtney helping you out on the mic tonight. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Garrett on the camera. And we'll see you guys next week. You've been watching Hoops on SSB. So long, everyone.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like,